What's going on, everyone? Chris from PickDawgz.com here with your morning show. It is Saturday, October 25th, 2025. Very wise man once told me it was his favorite day of the week during his favorite time of the year. And I got to say, with today's card, I think I'm kind of feeling the same. I like a lot of the plays on the board, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get you guys some plays from college football, NBA, NHL, and the World Series. But before we get into it, I want to introduce the great pair of cappers I got with me today. Brian, how you doing today?
Nope. 3-2 yesterday, cashing a rare 2 titanium day. Today, I think I've been doing this about 15 years, over 15 years, and this is the most premium picks I've ever had in a day. So I'm setting a record. Love the card, and there's lots of free winners out there too to give out to you guys. So definitely looking forward to hanging out.
Absolutely, Big Al McMorty. How are you doing today?
Doing good. As a San Antonio Spurs fan, the world is great when the Spurs are 2-0, the Mavericks are 0-2, and the Rockets are 0-2. I mean, you can't get any better than that. Good day yesterday, 5-2, off to a great start in basketball, 7-2 overall. Or, I'm sorry, yesterday we were 5-1. 5-1 in basketball, 0-1 in football yesterday, 5-2 combined. Since the start of the NBA, 7-2, 13-4, my last 17 football and basketball combined. I have 15 college football plays today. I've got 1 in basketball, 16 total. So, yeah, it looks like a really good card. I don't know how many plays Brian has, but I'm almost afraid to ask to see what
he
has today. But,
eight.
8?
Crazy okay. 8. Yeah. And that's a lot for me. Normally, I'm a 5 guy on a Saturday. But.
Okay. Yeah. So, 8 from Brian, 16 from me. That's 24. You can pretty much spray the board.
Brian, you said you like 5 guys on Saturday. There's a difference.
That's a hamburger place.
Yeah,
that's a hamburger place.
Yeah.
I remember I grew up. Not grew up. I used to live in Arlington, and that's where the first 5 guys was. Back in the early '90s or whatever. Started in Arlington, Virginia. And you would go into the shop there, and there'd be graffiti on all the, walls or whatever. And someone wrote, O.J. Simpson had 5 guys in prison today. Kind of a rude joke, but
Oh, jeez.
I just thought of
that. That sounds like a joke that I would make. I'm not going to lie to you. But
I apologize to everyone out there who was offended, but it was topical. So.
You're not on here enough for us to tell you that that's not even close to something that you have to apologize for. Some of the shit that we've said.
Oh, well, it's.
Nah, I know, but you've got to. I know, but so I can tell you, I've said 7 worse things over the last week. Forget about one day. But no, for me, it's 2 in 1 day yesterday. I never want the dog in double overtime, but Cal got me. Yeah, I normally like backing Justin Wilcox as an underdog, and
I texted Romanelli. I said, "Never in doubt." I said that was a layup right there. That's what you
mm-hmm.
Yeah, over overtime, I lost an under last Saturday in double overtime. It was just brutal. You could, the only way you could lose it, even if it was single overtime, I was going to win it, but double overtime, no, under can't catch.
I'll tell you, North Texas made it up to me though.
Boy, fourth quarter for them. Jeez.
Fourth quarter. I was like, crap, I'm dead. They're down like 10-7, 20-17. And
never in doubt.
Never had it. Never had a doubt.
The 26.
Yeah, exactly. But we've got plenty of action today. We've got some big favorites on the board. And as I said, we're gonna break down the whole card. We're gonna go through it. And we're going to start now. I mean, we'll get everybody in and out of here. With me, normally these Saturday shows or whenever I host, there's no messing around. We get right to it. We get to the meat and potatoes of the day's action. We're going to start here with this college football schedule. Start of the games kicking off between 12 and 3 p.m. Eastern. We got Virginia, North Carolina. We got Bowling Green, Kent State. Rutgers, Purdue. Ohio, Eastern Michigan. Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Got UCLA, Indiana. Got SMU, Wake Forest. Syracuse, Georgia Tech. Northwestern, Nebraska. App State, Old Dominion. USF, Memphis. Kansas State, Kansas. Auburn, Arkansas, Akron, Buffalo, Utah State, New Mexico, and UConn and Rice. Brian, anything from the early slot that you like for college football?
No, there's games in every slot that I like in college football, but we'll start here. I'm going to take South Florida and lay the points. I would have liked it better if Memphis would have taken care of business in that epic choke job last week. But Memphis has owned South Florida, winning 7 of the last 8 straight up. And I think South Florida, who's played one heck of a tough schedule, I think they're going to come in here and just crush Memphis today. So I'm going to lay the points with South Florida.
Big Al, what do you like here?
Yeah, I want to fade Southern Methodist off its upset win over Clemson. That was a big revenge game for the Mustangs. They had lost that ACC championship game last season to the Tigers. And now they've got to travel to Winston-Salem. They have to play Wake Forest. And the Mustangs are laying 3.5 points on the road. And they're a miserable 13-46 ATS away from home if they owned a winning record and were priced from -14 to plus 10.5. So that bodes well for Wake Forest. I also like the fact that the Demon Deacons had last week off following their 25-point road win at Oregon State. And when you get a rested team off a double-digit straight-up and ATS road win, those teams have gone 242 and 182 at home the last 46 years. I'll take Wake Forest plus a 3.5.
Yeah, I like both those plays. The only thing for me with USF is I want to see if Memphis quarterback Brendan Lewis is playing, because he's still a question mark. I haven't been able to find any updates on him. If he plays, that line's probably going to drop back down towards Memphis. He can get a better number, I think, on USF. But I'm with Big Al. I like Wake in that one. I think their defense is just really underrated. I don't think SMU is the same team that they were that made the playoff last year. For my play, you know what? It's college football Saturday. Let's give out a freemium here. I'm going to go with Arkansas here. I've said it in the chat. I think Auburn's quit. I think that, the thing with Auburn is that you have all these great receivers. You brought in, I think it was Eric Singleton, came over from Georgia, but yet your receiving group, your passing game, it's like 115th in passing in FBS, 130th in yards per completion, something disastrous like that. That tells me Jackson Arnold's the problem. Couldn't do it in Oklahoma. Couldn't do it in, couldn't do it with, I don't think he can do it with Auburn. I think that Arkansas is a better team. I think that this Arkansas team's bought in under Bobby Petrino, and he's saying, look, if you guys, our season's gone, but you're playing for NIL money if you're going to transfer elsewhere, if you're not going to buy in going forward. So, and they played Texas A&M close and Tennessee close in back-to-back weeks, field goal losses. I just don't think Auburn can go score for score with Arkansas here. So I'm going to take the Razorbacks. I'm going to lay the 3.5, whatever you can get out here. Even if you just want to take it on the money line, I think it's around -150 if you're not comfortable laying the points. But we'll move on to.
I'll add another one. It's early.
Oh, do you? Okay, go.
Only because it just popped in my head. I'll take Indiana. The Hoosiers lay the points here. I think they're going to be in destruction mode. We've seen UCLA. I think they have 3 straight-up wins in a row. I think people will be attracted to that. Nice, all those plus points you get with the Bruins. But this Indiana is just a beast. I think they're going to win this game by over 30 points today. So I'll take the Hoosiers.
Yeah, UCLA's quarterback's also questionable.
All right, move on to the. Oh, sorry, I gotta address this. Sorry, I gotta go back to this because Auburn has a better running game than Arkansas, and Arkansas couldn't stop the run, especially against Notre Dame. Yeah, okay, we're gonna bring up Jeremiah Love in a conversation about Auburn football. Okay, just I wanted to make sure that we were getting that right. Okay, yeah. Arkansas by 50 today. I don't know what to tell you. We'll move on to the 3:30 to 6 p.m. time slot. We got, let's see here. Okay, we got UMass Central Mich. We got Toledo, Washington State, Ball State, NIU. We got Louisiana Monroe, Southern Miss. We got Alabama, South Carolina, Minnesota, Iowa, BYU, Iowa State, Illinois, Washington, Missouri, Vanderbilt. We got San Diego State, Fresno State, FAU, Navy, Western Michigan, Miami, Ohio, Temple, Tulsa, NC State, Pitt. I'm trying to see. Oh, not that far. Not that many more. Baylor, Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, Texas, Mississippi State, and TCU, West Virginia. Big Al, anything you like here?
Yeah, I want to go against the hottest team in the country, Alabama. They've won 6 straight. They're 5-0-1 ATS in those 6 games. I'm going to fade Alabama here on the road, laying 11.5. You know, when you take a look at how SEC conference teams have done, if they're on 5-game or better point spread win streaks, they're a soft 38-55 ATS, including 12-23 ATS on the road. I like South Carolina plus the double digits.
Let's see here. What do I want to go with? You know what? Let's take a shot here. I'm going to go with FAU money line against Navy. I just think that, you know, Navy's been playing with fire in some of their recent games. I wouldn't be opposed to anyone taking the 14 points. I do like the over here as well. I think stops in this game, though, are going to be at a premium, few and far between. Navy, they beat Temple by 1 point. They beat Air Force by 3. And those were also as double-digit favorites, games that they could have easily lost outright. They barely got by Rice. FAU, you know, yeah, they got blown out by USF, but they've shown an ability to put some points up on the board. And I think this is a spot where, you know, if FAU can go score for score with Navy here, I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled off the outright upset. You get a great price with them, plus 400 to plus 450 anywhere in the market. So give me FAU plus the points and on the money line. Brian?
Yeah, I think when Big Al said Alabama was the hottest team in the country, I think BYU might be. 7 straight W's coming in this one, 7-0, getting points at Iowa State, and they've lost 2 straight. What were you going to say, Al?
I was just going to say, you know, one team plays in the SEC, the other team doesn't. I mean,
that's true. SEC, that's a different world than the Big 12. But, you know, there are going to be a lot of people attracted to a 7-0 team.
I'm just saying nobody's tabbing BYU to win the national championships. But you're right.
That's true. You're right. I think we're going to see a lot of action here today on BYU plus the 2.5 points. Iowa State comes in, losers of 2 straight games, but the Cyclones at home, very tough. I think they played a harder schedule than BYU. BYU got their first good win against Utah last week. That was impressive. But for me, I'm going to take the Cyclones at home to turn it around. I think they get this game by at least a field goal.
Let's see here.
And I also was referring to the you know, being hot against the spread, not just like in the win column. You know, BYU didn't cover against Colorado or West Virginia. So.
All right, we'll let you off the hook.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's, you know, Alabama's the hottest team, and Ohio State, of course, is hot too.
Big guy was dropping it. I was dropping it in the chat, but can I interest you in South Carolina money line?
No.
Kalen DeBoer.
I'm not a money line guy.
No, I know.
Yeah, I just want to get I want to get the win and get out of there.
I know. I'm going to put a little bit on South Carolina money line. DeBoer's lost 4 straight as double-digit road favorite against unranked teams, against Vandy, Michigan, Florida State, and there was one other team. So,
yeah, Ohio State is now 9-0-1 ATS dating back to last season.
Wow.
In FBS games, I'm not counting Grambling. I'm just looking at FBS games. They covered against Grambling.
There's another good team against the spread. Arizona State.
Once they start getting like that, I want to look at the other.
I think Arizona State's like 15-2-1 against the spread, going back to the start of last year against FBS teams.
Yeah, I mean, Dillingham's good cover coach.
Yeah,
it's funny. Ryan Day was going to be fired after that loss against Michigan, and they haven't failed to cover the spread since.
All right, we'll move on to the final time slot from Saturday's card. Just a late window. Not a ton of action in the late window, but still some decent matchups here as well. We got, let's see here, Louisiana and Troy. We got Wisconsin and Oregon, Stanford, Miami, Georgia Southern, Arkansas State, Boston College, Louisville, Texas A&M, LSU, Colorado State, Wyoming, Michigan, Michigan State, Tennessee, Kentucky, Houston, Arizona State, and Colorado and Utah. For me in these ones, I'm going to lay the wood with Oregon here. Wisconsin just looks atrocious. They were just shut out in back-to-back home games. Now you've got to go out on the road to Autzen, which is known as one of the tougher road environments for any team in college football, not just to try to go out and win, but to just go and compete. And Dan Lanning's one of those coaches, kind of in the same vein as a guy like Kurt Signetti, to where he's not going to take his foot off the gas if he can help it. I mean, we saw that with Oregon against Oklahoma State earlier this year, 69-3. We saw in Civil War, 41-7. The last time we saw them at home, they lost to Indiana. I think they're going to want to make amends for that here. I think Wisconsin's dead in the water. This is going to be a lot to a little. 45-10 Oregon maybe here. So give me Oregon. I think Oregon can get over this total themselves. What is it, 44.5? I think they could easily get over that themselves. So give me Oregon here. Brian?
I'm going to break the rules a little bit here and go backwards to the last slot and take the Baylor Bears plus the points. I think, Baylor's played one hell of they played a tough schedule, and they haven't covered 5 straight games. They haven't covered in, let me see here, 7 of the last 8. While in Cincinnati, their lone exceptional win here probably is Iowa State. So for me, I just think Baylor better than what they've shown so far, and I'm going to take the points. I think they pull off the upset, so I'll sprinkle a little bit on the money line as well.
Yeah, what do you like here?
Yeah, I'm going to go to a smaller game. I'm going to take a look at the Arkansas State Red Wolves minus the 1 point against Georgia Southern. This is a momentum play for me on the Red Wolves. They come into this game off back-to-back upset wins. They were a 9-point underdog in their last game versus South Alabama, won that game by a point. Before that, they were a 14-point underdog against Texas State, also won that game by a single point. And so they now fall into a momentum system of mine that's 182 and 130 ATS, and that system plays on certain home teams in conference games that are off back-to-back wins, but also back-to-back covers by double digits, which the Red Bulls are. They covered each of those 2 games by at least 10 points. So I'm going to take Arkansas State minus the 1.
Is there anything else you guys missed from the college football card before we head out on the onto the next onto the NHL?
I'm just looking.
I'm going to take the Michigan Wolverines here, lay the points. I know it's a big-time rival against Michigan State. I just think Michigan's not going to be in any mood to play around here. Michigan State doesn't. I don't think they got the horses to keep up. I think the Wolverines get it done by 21 today. I'll take them.
No.
Yeah, nothing else? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I was going to say you don't have to. It's just if I had to do
I've got 15 plays that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Plays, so
I'm not far off. I'll touch on the other one, the other money line dog I gave out as dog of the day. You can still just go give it a click just so that we just help us out on the YouTube channel. But I like Ball State money line against Northern Illinois. There's nothing to me here that says that Northern Illinois should be favored like this. They needed a miracle to beat Holy Cross for their lone win this season. The 2 games they played at home against FBS teams, 14 points and 3 points. Ball State, yeah, they're 0-4 on the road, but games against Purdue, Auburn, UConn, they gave a fight to. They only lost that game by 6, and they did get blown out by Western Michigan, but they've also beaten Ohio as double-digit dogs at home. They just hung 42 on Akron. I don't even know if Northern Illinois will score 42 points the rest of the season. So Give me Ball State money line in this one plus 200. It's a good price on it. But we'll move on to the National Hockey League 13-game card from the NHL today. We got early puck drop, the Islanders on the road against Philadelphia. We got the Colorado Avalanche and the Boston Bruins. The Buffalo Sabres, Toronto Maple Leafs in a quick rematch back-to-back. The Anaheim Ducks and the Tampa Bay Lightning. We got the Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers. And the Utah Mammoth and Minnesota Wild. Let's split the card in half. Brian, anything you like from the early NHL up to 6 Eastern?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the New York Ron Romanellis here against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Islanders, after a rough start, turned it around, 1-4 straight. I'm just not a big Flyers backer. I'm not going to lay any juice with them ever. I'm going to back the Islanders here. I think they get it done.
Big Al, anything you like for the early NHL?
Only NHL game I would play today. I wouldn't play any of it, to be honest with you. But I mean, if you ask me what's my favorite game of the 13, I would not play. It would be Detroit.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna roll with the Ducks here. Plus 1.5. Put someone on the Ducks money line too. Tampa Bay, I'm not paying name brand prices with the Tampa Bay Lightning in their current form. I mean, they're 1-4-2 to start the year, and I know teams like Tampa Bay, Florida get out to slow starts, but again, until they show me something, they're not seeing any of my hard-earned money. Anaheim had the greatest point improvement from 2 years ago to last season. They improved their record by 21 points. I think this is a team that's going to provide some value this season. I think they give Tampa Bay a fight in this one. We just saw Tampa Bay struggle and fall flat against the Chicago Blackhawks. Like I said, until I see something from Tampa Bay, they're in my no-fly zone. We'll move on to the second half of the NHL card. We got the Montreal Canadiens and the Vancouver Canucks. We got the Blues and the Red Wings. The Columbus Blue Jackets on the road against the Pittsburgh Penguins. I almost said Pirates. We got the Ottawa Senators against the Washington Capitals. Los Angeles Kings against the worst name in sports, the Nashville Predators. We got the Carolina Hurricanes against the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers against the Seattle Kraken. For me here, I'm going to roll with the Montreal Canadiens. I think that Montreal can get it done on the road here. I think that Vancouver, they were just on the road for an extended road trip, but didn't like what I saw from them back-to-back games to close out the road trip. Montreal has been providing value for the better part of the season up to this point. I think Montreal can get the win there. And I'm going to take the Kraken plus 1.5 and on the money line as well. Same thing as the game that I mentioned earlier with Tampa Bay. I'm not paying the name brand for Edmonton when the goaltending is still extremely suspect. Yes, they scored 6 goals and beat Montreal last time out, but that doesn't excuse the fact they've given up 4 or more goals in 4 of their last 5 games. I'm just going to take the Kraken here, plus 1.5 and on the money line, 6-2 on the puck line this season. Good enough for me. Give me Seattle. Brian?
I'm going to go with the Dallas Stars here on the money line at home. They've lost 4 in a row, a rough stretch for the Stars, but this Carolina team, one hell of a tough road trip, playing the Ducks, the Kings, the Knights, the Avalanche. So I think they're ready to get out of town here. I'll take the Dallas Stars to turn it around.
All right. Flying through it today, we got the NBA. 5 games on the board today from the National Basketball Association, all in prime time. We got the Chicago Bulls on the road catching 6 against the Orlando Magic. Total set at 232. Got the Thunder on the road laying 6.5 against the Hawks. Total 238.5. We got the Hornets and the Sixers. Sixers laying 5. Total 236. Got the Pacers and the Grizzlies in pretty much a pick 'em. Total set at 237. And the Phoenix Suns catching 13 on the road against the Denver Nuggets. Total set at 233. Brian, what do you like in the NBA today?
have a premium pick in the NBA, and I don't see a ton much more out there, but I think I'll take the Atlanta Hawks at home plus the points. The Thunder, I backed them in the last game and didn't get the cover. They were one of the best cover teams in basketball, but I think they're going to regress a little bit this season as far as ATS wise. Atlanta got that win at Orlando. That was impressive because the Magic, for me, are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. So I'll take the points here with the Hawks.
But yeah, what do you like in the NBA today?
Yeah, don't quite understand the point spread move. The Pacers opened up at -1.5, then it went up to -2.5 yesterday overnight, and now Memphis is favored by 1.5. So you've seen some money show on Memphis today. The Grizzlies, I went against Memphis yesterday. Had a big play on the Miami Heat. Miami Heat won that game by 32 points on the road in Memphis. I'm going to fade Memphis again. I'm going to take the 1.5 with the Pacers.
Yeah, I don't have any NBA premiums today, so there's not a whole lot that I like from today's card. I'm kind of just taking it easy on the NBA, letting the sample size build up for a couple of weeks, but I'm going to lean towards the Magic here. Laying the 6. The Magic were still one of the best home teams in the NBA over the last year and a half, 2 seasons. The Chicago Bulls coming off a great performance in their opener. And this is a young team. I think it's going to be able to provide some value in spots this season. But I also think that Orlando, who was really good on a back-to-back last year, they covered 5 straight and 7 of 8 to close out the season last year on the second half of a back-to-back. I think they can get it done at home, laying the 6. So I'm going to lay it here with the Orlando Magic. But we'll move on to, so we're flying through the card today, but said we got no nonsense. We just get right to the picks, get you guys in and out, especially with early action kicking off in college football and in the NHL. But we got Major League Baseball, got the World Series, Game 2. We got the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Kevin Gausman listed as the starter for the Jays. Dodgers laying around $140, $145. Toronto plus 120, 125. Total set at 7.5. Big Al, you like anything from this game, from Major League Baseball, the World Series?
I passed on the premiums yesterday and today. I don't really like anything. With a gun to my head, I would definitely take Toronto as a home dog. But again, nothing on the premium side for me. I'll probably wait for Game 3.
I'm going to work backwards here. Brian, I already know where you are.
Oh, you bastard. I was looking up some stats and stuff like that, so I wouldn't sound like an idiot. But for me, I'm going to take the LA Dodgers on the money line. I mean, it's hard for me to be the Dodger guy. Maybe I'm doing it just because you and Jay have the Toronto Blue Jays. But I just, Kevin Gausman against Yamamoto, those bats of the Dodgers after getting embarrassed yesterday, the whole team was embarrassed by the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't know. I just think the Dodgers really need to take this one. Not that they're going to win it just because they really need to. But if you had a gun to my head and I had to bet the side, I would take the Dodgers here on the money line. I think they get it done.
I'm trying to find the splits for you between Gausman and the Dodgers. Give me a second here. I'll pull it up.
I mean, Gausman does have good postseason numbers: 2-1, 2 ERA over 18 innings pitched. He walks a little bit. Walks are a little high, but
so 53 career plate appearances for Mookie Betts. Betts has 3 home runs, a 306 average. Max Muncy, 5 extra base hits, 3 homers. Shohei Ohtani just 2 for 12 with a home run against Gausman. So the splitter has to be working for Kevin Gausman. But give me the Blue Jays. Without question, without fail. Was anyone surprised? Anyone surprised I was taking?
That's like
I was
Jay
taking
picking the Cowboys or the Longhorns or the Stars.
Listen.
Come on, that doesn't.
Listen. Toronto sports fans can't have anything nice, okay? I'm not saying that we're going to sweep them. I'm just saying there's some momentum here. I think the Blue Jays, all the comments was, oh well, the Dodgers are just going to come out and smack them here, and the bats woke up for the Dodgers. You know, the Dodgers scored early. Toronto punched back. Kevin Gausman, I've had my issues with Gausman in the past and had my concerns with him, but I mean, he's looked solid in the postseason so far. And Yamamoto's been hittable. And if we look at the Dodgers, can't forget, as good as the Dodgers are, as built as they have been for playoff baseball, as good as they've looked in this postseason, 41-40. They were 41-40 on the road in the regular season. So I think this is why you play for home field, because Toronto's been so good at home. I think that's going to be absolutely electric tonight. And again, you're giving me plus money with the Blue Jays. I'm going to take it.
You better not fall asleep during this game.
I will try not to.
For me, I'm going to have college football on all day. I'll be plastered to the screen from 12.
Well, now this I'll have picture in picture. This game will definitely be on the bigger part of it, though. But that does it. So we managed to get in and out fairly quickly today. We got a ton of action on the board, though. And I'll tell you where you can find everybody's best bets are over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Brian, I know you said it's a fairly big card for you today. What do you have on over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Yeah, it's the most premium picks I've ever had in a day. Well, coming into the day, I'm ranked number 2 at PickDawgz.com. Last 365, I got my titanium best bet winner in college football. My no limit titanium, 25-10, 71% run on those titanium plays. College football over the last 2 seasons, 122 and 84, 59.2%. You can get all of my college plays at PickDawgz.com, but my best bet is always my titanium. Pair me up with any of these guys on here for the 2-for-1, 3-for-1 capper special, and definitely have a big weekend.
Definitely check Brian out over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Big Al McMorty, what do you got going on over today at Pick Dawgz?
Yeah, I mean, I've got, as I mentioned, 16 plays, 15 football, 1 basketball. If you look at my football and basketball record combined over the last 5+ years, 32-38 and 26-25 plus 350 net games after the juice. Pretty good record. So, yeah, folks want to get on board, they can go to Pick Dawgz, team me up with both Chris and Brian on the 3-for-1 handicapper special, and we'll make some money.
Absolutely. Check out Big Al over at Pick Dawgz Premium. For me today, 13 plays in total. Got 8 from football, 5 from the NHL. Got my college football big play. I've been seeing the board really well with the big play. Didn't cash it yesterday, but again, that's double overtime. Those things can happen. But got an early 3-pack, and then I got a 5-pack for the rest of the card from 3:30 onwards, including that play of the day. And same thing from the NHL. Got my NHL power play, and then a 5-pack with that power play included. Shown profit the last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days. So make sure you check me out over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Pair me up with Brian, Big Al, or pair all 3 of us up. But again, whatever you guys choose to do, remember to use that promo code PICK at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase. But it's about that time of the show. Parlay time. Brian, do you have a parlay for the people today?
I'm going to go Baylor Bears plus the points, Michigan Wolverines laying the lumber, and the Indiana Hoosiers laying the lumber.
Big Al, you got anything today?
Yeah, I'm going to take Wake Forest plus the points, South Carolina plus the points, and just a 2-teamer. Just leave it at that.
I'm going to go with Wake Forest plus the points, USF laying the points, and let's go with Oregon laying the big number against Wisconsin. All right. That does it. In and out fairly quickly. One of the quicker Saturday shows you're going to see, but I said I want to make sure we got you guys in and out, as still got some time before.
Look at that. We've talked about 5 guys. We've talked about in and out. What a show.
Oh, and
Yeah,
I'm headed to Arby's after we get off the air. So there we go. I'm going to get a beef and cheddar with some curly fries and maybe a chocolate milkshake. So we'll see.
I wish they had Arby's out here in California.
Next time I come to California, I will literally bring some on my carry-on, and I'll sneak
Roast
it on
beef.
them out. It won't reheat the same, but the plastic cheese is fine. You're okay.
The last time you were here, we went to John and Vinny's. You got to get.
Yeah. I haven't forgotten about that. How my stomach's grumbling thinking about it, but I'm surprised it hasn't gotten caught up on the mic. We'll see, though. I mean, got to get out of here before I start jinxing myself, and all of a sudden it's what's going to happen. So, but thank you everyone for joining us for today. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Big Al, for joining me. Appreciate it. Again, make sure that you check everything we got going on over at Pick Dawgz. Brian's taking the bank play. Big Al, the video play every single day as well. I got tons of content up there, the wraparound, the breakdown, and all the daily videos with myself and Brad. Like I said, check us out at Pick Dawgz Premium. And we will see you guys bright and early tomorrow for NFL. Jay will be hosting. Joe will be back. And we'll be ready to give you guys some winners there as well. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you guys soon. Best of luck.